Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is our 1 week with having the 2022 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. This has been a blast of a vehicle to own and a pretty cool spec too. We have the Isle of Man green metallic for the exterior, and then on the interior we have the awesome upgraded M Sport seats. This is a $3,800 option, but over the last week these have been super comfortable and very supportive.
Well worth it.
Well worth it. In our opinion, one of the best bucket seats I think that come factory for a vehicle like this. And we've had a blast with this on the mountain roads, kind of daily driving it, sharing it between the two of us. This is a great spec. We have the wheels, the upgraded brakes.
Fully loaded vehicle, it's
Yeah.
$95,000, so pretty much topped out.
Yeah.
Everything you can imagine is on this car. So now let's hop in it, head back down, head on home, and talk about 1 week living with an M4 Competition.
All right, so we actually just finished filming this mountain road video, so if you guys want to see even more of that, we made 2 videos and we're gonna finish up this road while working on this video, what it's like with this M4. This has been such a blast, and I get to rip it on the last mile or so here of this road.
I think one of my favorite things are these seats. If you notice,
Look at us.
I am not moving. I'm a slender guy, and I am sitting in here like I am literally locked into a roller coaster. These are fantastic bucket seats and plenty comfortable.
Yeah, one thing I guess Brian pointed out, possibly daily driving this, you know, every single day getting in and out of it, it could be a little bit annoying, but man, the cool factor of them almost outweighs that, I think.
I would only spec this car with the seats just because they're so cool.
Yeah.
I'll take that little bit extra effort to get yourself out of the seat and fall into the seat every time because they're so good. Absolutely the best factory
seat,
yeah, by far. All right, so as we get more air conditioning, because this car, I have no words for it. It is that good. What has been your favorite thing about the M4 Competition, you think?
Man, I think just the daily drivableness of it, and the fact that we have all the normal BMW tech, so there's nothing fancy there, but it's everything that you need to drive it.
Yeah.
But I think the practicality, especially comparing it to your GTR where the back seats don't fold down.
Yeah.
I had 3 boxes that we're in the process of moving. I fit 2 boxes in there. There was no room for the third one to put the seats down.
Yeah.
And I had plenty of room. So like in instances like that, where whatever you're doing for the day, I think my favorite part is how practical it is with the amount of performance that we get.
And after hitting the mountains, I think of the cars we've taken to this road, this is my favorite one we've taken.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be, I mean, I knew it's a great car, obviously.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. But then when you put everything into efficient engine, suspension, steering, brakes.
Yeah, I already felt it.
Drivetrain.
Yeah.
Automatic mode, take the screen to normal. It tones down enough to be like, I can take this to work every day, take the kids to school every day, go shopping every day. Like,
it has the full radar cruise too and the steering assist.
Yeah.
I was using that the other day.
Yeah. Like, you can use this 100% like a normal car.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as soft as a normal BMW would, so there still is that little bit of edge, like, yeah, I'm in an M car, but it's toned down enough to where, I mean, people like us, it's fine. It's comfortable.
I have 0 complaints about the suspension.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything to hate about this car.
I don't.
Even in normal comfort settings around this turn, yeah, the steering is kind of not there-ish, but we're just driving normal.
It's impressive, even in all the comfort and efficient modes, it still actually handles really good, and if you step on it, you still got all the power.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can do that, like, with all the stuff behind you, it's amazing how when you're looking this way, you're in a performance car, but then you say, I have back seats that a full-grown adult can actually fit in with legroom and headroom.
And a massive trunk.
Yeah, like, not many cars can actually genuinely do that.
Yeah.
And I think my takeaway from this car is this is the perfect car.
You can spec it with a manual too if you just go with the normal M4.
And rear-wheel drive if you don't want the all-wheel.
So that makes it even more perfect depending on what you want.
Yeah. I spec'd one this morning.
Yeah.
I did a base model, manual transmission, these seats, blue exterior with a blue interior. It was 77 grand, so significantly cheaper than this one.
Yeah.
Pretty much a base model with just, really one option. That's what I would buy, because that's what all I would want out of it. However, if I were to sell the GTR in the future and I had other, crazy cars like that, but I wanted something that's like family friendly, which is my last video, this is what I would buy. Probably a Competition automatic. That way, and you know, anyone can drive it. It can just be the normal car, but then rip it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We literally burned a half a tank of gas in 20 minutes.
We did. We are pretty much on our way to the gas station right now.
But well worth it. It's been just so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, even with the auto, we got these massive paddle shifters. The transmission has some adjustments to it.
That's
so
cool
you can
too.
make it even more responsive, less responsive, depending on... I wonder if you can use that for like drifting or something, where you want it maybe slower in I don't know.
I don't know why
a different
you would.
setting or something like that, where you need more control or...
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
It seems the default, slowest setting in automatic, fastest setting in manual. I don't know why you would ever flip-flop that.
But we're not professional drivers, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a professional would do
but
that.
The fact that you have that type of adjustments, really, really nice.
Just cruising now. It's not crazy loud. I mean, we can hear some wind noise.
We're on a backcountry road going 70. This car, I will say, you speed more than you know. Like, I'll look down and you're going 70 miles an hour thinking you're going 50. It really is pretty insulated and refined like a European car should be.
Yeah.
And then you still feel that chassis rigidity. Like, you can tell this car, there's no flex to the body. You can still feel bumps and stuff. And
brakes do a good job with animals in the road.
But it's impressive how it's a rigid car, much different than a 4 Series. If you think, an M4 40i is going to be the same as this, not the same car. That's a great car if you're, different budget, different needs, of course.
Yeah.
But the chassis rigidity is such a step up to where it's like, it's a very, very solid car.
Especially for the weight.
Yeah, you don't feel the weight.
That was very impressive.
I think you feel the size more than you feel the weight.
Yeah, it's a big car in some of those turns that we were in.
The footprint is big.
But it doesn't, you can see it that big, but it doesn't feel that big.
Right.
Which is weird to say, but...
And I know with the carbon fiber roof, I mean, that I think lowers the center of gravity by an inch, which probably makes more of a difference than you think. I don't know if you'd really notice it.
Yeah.
But you don't feel top heavy. Like when I'm in the GTR, sharp turns, you can feel the roof kind of pulling you sometimes, especially when you hop into the R8, which is so much lower.
Yeah, that's true.
This car, you don't really feel that weight up there at all. It just feels like all the weight is, wheel level, low center of gravity, low mass, and because it's got the weight, it's so solid. It's not bouncy. It's just bam, like everything you do.
Yeah, it feels so solid, and it's just the steering input, everything is just, it's so nice. Like you can drive it anywhere and take it on any road.
As far as any complaints, as far as a normal car, only drawback I noticed yesterday, the reflections and the glare from the silver and the carbon fiber in the wrong sun. Like right now, this piano black is blinding me actually.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
I would still spend the $1,000 to get the carbon fiber, but the glare sometimes is a little annoying. I really don't like the piano black. I wish that was like maybe satin black or something. But there's some glare sometimes. The screen does get some glare at the wrong sun angle.
You want to know one thing that I'll talk about?
What?
No sunglass holder.
There's no sunglass holder. That's a big downfall.
Yeah, because, I mean, the cup holder storage area here is fine, but you don't want to scratch your lenses, You got your wireless charging pad there.
Yeah.
You could put them in there, but...
Yeah, we wear sunglasses all the time. And
except for filming now.
It's convenient to have a good spot, which they have the space for it.
Yeah, I mean, this button doesn't have, this call button here doesn't have to take up the whole thing unless that's part of the Bluetooth too.
Yeah.
But aside from that...
I think overall storage, though, is pretty good.
Yeah.
The only drawback, and this is with all the BMWs, the cup holders are right here. If you have your phone in the wireless charger, and your cup holders are there, because we always have water bottles with us.
Yeah.
To get your phone out, like if you're stopping to go somewhere, you got to take your water bottle out to get it. That's a little annoying.
And then the volume is kind of blocked by your water bottle too.
At the same time, if your water bottles were here, they'd mess up your armrest.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of just, it is what it is. But overall use of space for storage, I think, is plenty fine. Use of materials is good. This one does have the executive package, a few upgrades. So we have the leather on the dash, the tops of the doors.
We have the ambient lighting, which is really nice.
Yep.
Kind of a gimmick-ish, but it's cool to see.
At night, it's neat.
Yeah.
I think these are pretty well priced for options. Some cars, like the base model, is so much cheaper, and then it's just so many options. This car actually doesn't have too many options on it.
It really doesn't. I don't know how much the carbon roof is or anything, but...
I think that's standard.
Yeah.
But you have almost $1,000 for the carbon trim. That's a little pricey for what it is. I would still get it because I think it's cool. The seats, I think, are a pretty good value at $2,800 or $3,800.
$3,800, yeah.
$3,800.
I could see spending the money on the seats.
I would
absolutely.
I would only option it with these seats, to be honest.
Yeah.
And really just, it's got the xDrive Professional and then another M Sport package.
I tried to look up that Professional. I think that includes the drift analyzer and all that information.
The traction control down here, there's like 10 settings or something.
I know we didn't even mess with that today, but
yeah,
it worked kind of in the middle, I think we were.
Yeah, it kind of has defaults.
Yeah.
But I think you can really spec an M4 to get what you want. And the fact that the M3 is pretty much the same car with 4 doors, you can go from, you know, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, manuals, automatics, 2-door, 4 doors, coupe, convertibles, or a sedan. So it's a really well-rounded car, and these have been a legend car for decades for a reason. And even in the newest one, which not everyone likes the exterior looks, I love them. I really do. I've never hated it, quite honestly.
I think it looks better on the actual M car.
Yeah.
Because it's more sporty, like the lines to the side and everything blended in.
It's very mean.
Yeah.
This turns heads.
It does.
So I was in it yesterday, and 3 guys were driving an old truck, like all in the front seat, and all of them jaw dropped as I drove by.
I think it's the color
staring
too.
At it. It turns heads, and people do love the look.
Yeah.
It does grow on you. Like when it first came out, while I didn't hate it, it was a little weird, of course.
Yeah.
It's because it's new. But every single time, we see this every car, when the new ones come out, everyone hates them for a second, and then they start warming up. We've already seen the comments of people saying they're warming up.
Yeah.
So for me, whenever new cars come out, give it the benefit, just enjoy it, embrace it.
Yeah.
And the fact that BMW is making a car like this, it's nuts.
This is... I wasn't expecting, like I didn't have any expectations for today.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, separate video. But yeah, this is...
I knew it would be a great car because we've driven them at dealers,
Yeah.
we've been around BMWs a lot.
But man, to get to rip on it...
Ripping on it, it really took me back to where I was like, the fact that it has this performance and this practicality.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you don't spec it crazy, it's not that expensive. About 80 grand to get into kind of a average level, trim level one.
You're around some really nice sports cars at that price point.
It's obviously
For
an
sure.
expensive car, not cheap, but
Yeah.
in today's market, and honestly with how you can easily budget for a car like this, it's not that bad. Well worth it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And the handling is just mind-blowing. I would love to modify it, because comparing to my own car, this doesn't have the same acceleration that I'm used to, but I think with the twin turbo power plant, tune bolt-ons, E85, like make this 600 something. I mean,
that would be a perfect daily.
It has the potential for everything that I could ever want out of it.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that you can then put it into basic mode and just cruise so normal in it is just, like I said, it's the perfect car.
Yeah. That was a fun week with a fun car.
I genuinely can see buying one. Like I say that a lot in videos, like, oh, I can see buying one. This car, I'm actually like not gonna buy it right now, but
yeah,
I think, you know, when the time is right, I could absolutely see buying one. And
if I needed a room for a car seat,
yeah,
and I wanted to get a manual, still retain the manual,
yeah,
but you know, be able to have fun and have the kids in the back.
I think
this is a cool option.
I think our video with this and the GTR, how this is like the family-friendly, wife-approved car.
Yeah.
I stand by that so much. This is the car for the enthusiast who has a family, who wants the best of everything and doesn't want to sacrifice anything.
Right.
Because you're not sacrificing with this car. You're getting everything you want.
Yeah.
And if you want more, you modify it. That's what we do.
Right. Well, does that wrap up our week?
It does. Unfortunately,
I want to go back and do that again.
I know. If we're out of gas, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to give this car back.
This is cool.
I think this car left me with the biggest impression of I genuinely like this car.
We need to get an M4 now with the manual so we can redo all these videos.
Or an M3, change up a little bit.
Or an M3, yeah.
But unfortunately, that is it for today's video. 1 week with the M4 Comp, M4, M3s. If you're a car person, look at them and seriously consider one. You will not regret it.
Yeah, that is going to wrap up our week with this car. Definitely check out all the other videos. The 2 that we made today, those will be on our channel or down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And one last acceleration for today. Here we go. We'll see you in the next video.